Hello there, I am Izzy Noodles and I'll be starting Lost Spirit of the Cavemen today. As I start, there will be quite a bit of dialogue, so I'll just continue to play while that's happening. You'll see what I'm doing anyway, like if I pick up an item. I don't really need to actually stop and explain anything. So here we go, let's hop straight in.
I knew that you'd go climbing in the mountains again without your appropriate equipment, and that in the snowy mountains. This time you overshot the mark by far.
You know me, Zip. It's more fun without the climbing equipment.
Yeah, but this is the first time that you climb up snowy mountains. I'm really sorry to say this, but I'm seriously worried about you right now.
The only thing that is different are the icy parts of the mountain you must care. So please let me climb. Oh.
Lara! Lara? Oh dear. Are you alright?
Yeah, I'm fine. That was just surprising.
Ooh, what a luck. But this is what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know, Zip. I appreciate your concern, but first I need to see where I am. Keep looking at the Navi map so you can tell me the way out in the worst case.
Okay, I got it.
What kind of ruins are that? Why, I've never heard about them.
Okay, so in the opening cutscene it did show us the situation. There's a lever and a doorway, and I'm just hopping into this dark cave for these Uzi Clips. So Lara took a bit of a tumble, and she's somewhere unknown right now. So here we just need to head over to the switch, and that will open the door down below. Okay, so if you do want the secrets as well, don't hop down just yet. We can shimmy back and then drop down to this ledge. Now below me is all sloped, so we can just come around this corner into this secret cave, and Lara won't actually shimmy any further. That's fine, you can drop here, but be careful because you are on the edge of a sloped section. Here we go, secret 1, we have flares and some shotgun shells and the shotgun itself. Don't go without that. Okay, and then come on in, I will pick up some flares and then we'll immediately get a bit more dialogue.
What the heck? What is this place? It's not even in the Navi map.
Yeah, I wonder who lived here. I've never heard about these ruins.
I am pretty sure we will hear about them. But for now, I think you have a new job, right?
You're right, Zip. I will take a closer look at this place.
Okay, so this first level is actually pretty basic. You'll easily figure out where to go in this starting area. That's as long as you actually see where we're starting, so it can be easy to miss. But if I just turn to the if you look on the very right hand side, if I turn to the left, you'll see a jump switch. So that's where we're heading to. So I'm going to climb up where this boulder is to be able to hop over to there. This boulder can activate, it can start rolling around. I confess I don't actually know which is the trigger tile, because on my first play I did trigger it, but then I've never triggered it again. So if you just follow the way I'm doing it, it's easy enough. You'll not trigger the boulder, so don't worry about that. And there is a receptacle over there in the shape of a gold idol. Don't worry about that receptacle, just forget about that in this first video. We are not going to be doing anything with that. So from here, hop up to the boulder. We're going to do a running jump across, and the boulder will nudge you a bit as you try and run. That's fine, you'll not fall off all that easily, but just be aware. It can be a bit like, whoa, when you think you're lined up fine, and then you're kind of not. So deal with this bat, kind of tricky because you feel like you want to roll around as well, but easy to fall off here. So careful if you do end up rolling. And then just grab the monkey bars and make your way on over to the jump switch. Okay, so that has shown us what's opened up, so that doorway is right over here. We can head straight there. Just light a flare because it's not too bright inside. And pull the lever. And now we have a rope. So I did kind of try and point out that we do have a few you know, jump switches and the like in this area. So right up there we now have a rope so that we can reach that jump switch. And I didn't point out, so you see right above, so some very suspicious tiles. They will be lowered and we can enter that area, and there is a gate down below. Same situation on the opposite side. We need to remove the tiles there, and there is also a gate below as well. There's a few pickups round and about. I'll grab them as I get to them when it is convenient. So right in front of me there is some Uzi Clips, but I won't grab them just yet. So just bypass them, hop to here, and then we do have a slightly tricky jump. So we're aiming for the grey ledge that's sticking out, but part of it is sloped. So as I'm standing here, above Lara's head is kind of a point where all the angles meet. Try and aim for the point, because that'll be the safe spot where you can land. There we go. It's not too tricky, but it can feel like it is. So Medpack just there. Climb on up, and now we can reach the rope. And you'll want to steady the rope, so of course just climb to the top of the rope and it will stop swinging, or at least stop swinging nearly as much as what it does. So it's not always perfectly still, but near enough. Okay, so we've opened up our first area just there. We're gonna head there. I will just grab this and then crawl onto this column section, grab the Uzi Clips, and it can be tricky to get out of the gap, so make sure you're holding the crawl button so that she doesn't decide to just stand up and jump off, because she's done that to me before. So when you can stand, you can easily kind of do a blind jump over, and up we come. Head on through. Do be careful because you don't want to just run on down. We've got quite a drop. And across the way there are some items, so that's a secret. We're gonna go the detour route to get to the secret, but if you're not bothered about secrets, you can carefully jump over to this ledge, so do be careful. It's very easy to overshoot, and then just safely drop down to the level below. So you take a tiny bit of damage, not too much, but taking the secret route you won't take damage, but it's actually pretty tricky. Very tricky jumps to be done. That wolf is actually supposed to wake up. There it is. It's having a lie-in. Should have activated a bit sooner. We're now heading over to the ledge sticking out on the rock face. So again, some of that is sloped, some of it is not. So this is what makes this jump pretty darn tricky. Yeah, I never make this on a first try. Ooh, there we go, I did. So this is another jump where sometimes Lara clips the edge where she can't quite decide if she's landed the jump or not. So just press the roll button and that can save your landing. Hop over this slope just here. And we do have these items. I don't know if they are part of the secret. Got some Uzi Clips. They blend in very well. So this secret doesn't chime, which is why I'm not sure, but they may as well be, because otherwise we wouldn't come over here unless we're aiming to get the secret. So from here, this can be a bit of a tricky jump because of the sloped ceiling section behind Lara. But if you kind of miss the jump, just try and veer around to the left to grab the next part of rock that's jutting out of the rock face. So we want to aim for the outer section so that we can shimmy all the way to the further side. If you do end up hitting this closer section, that's fine. Just make sure you grab the edge, and then you can hop back with a twist to this sloped edge. That is sloped, you can't stand on it. But again, if you hop back with a twist, you will go a little bit further and you'll hit the outer right hand section where we want to be. So yeah, easy save if you've mucked up the jump. But there we go, I did it. And shimmy around the corner. For some reason she won't move along, she'll move just this one place. She won't move anymore, but that's fine. And there we go. We have grenades as well. I don't really remember at what point we pick up the grenade gun, because I've actually never ended up using it for some reason. I don't know why. I guess it's unnecessary. The enemies just don't really cross my mind. I know. I'll blow this enemy to smithereens. Anyway, straight on down there. No damage taken. Easy peasy. And up here we have an advantage point to kill the wolf. So hopping down, we have this copper key sitting right here. So this is the only thing we are in this area for. We're completely done, and now we need to leave. So you probably already saw the cog mechanism, the turner wheel, don't know what to call that, but we just need to hop back up to that. And sort of 4 or 5 turns will do this. If you choose 4 turns, just make sure you hurry with a roll over to the gate so that you can roll out. Easy peasy. And so now we can head on over to this side and open up this area. So hop to here, and then I'm just going to turn around for some items. So we've got some shotgun shells just here. So grab in the air to slide into that gap. Shimmy back or crawl back until you can stand up. So these sections are actually kind of difficult to get out of. She doesn't really like to hang from the edges. I don't know why. She'll just sort of like reappear like Houdini back in the gap. I don't know why. And yeah, she struggles. But anyway, we're gonna hop over to here, kind of a snug jump. There we go, and there is a lever here we can pull. If Lara decides today's the day she wants to pull this lever, there we go. And there we go, that's opened up that area. Nice, so straight ahead of me that is a dead end, but we do have this ladder to my left. It looks like we can climb up, but actually each section is sloped, so we'll just slide straight back down again. We can't go up. There is a passageway halfway down the ladder, that's for much later on. And for now, we're going to go straight to the bottom, so just hop on down and you'll land in the water. But you can see there is an exposure meter, so we want to get out of there pretty darn quick. Also equipping my shotgun. Just getting that ready. I'm going to pull this lever. This will open up this gate, which will be the exit back out of here. So we don't need to exit yet, of course. We've only just come in here. But it's always nice to open up any areas so that you can go back and forth between them. It also spawns these wolves that I always end up struggling to kill. And after the music, we'll have a bit more dialogue from Zip and Lara.
I guess these ruins are the home of these wolves.
They defend their home with all they got. That is one of the few things I am prepared, unlike climbing.
It would wonder me if you dive into your adventure without your weapons.
Okay, I didn't want to be shooting the weapons over the dialogue. Okay, so there are a couple of bats There we go. Awesome stuff. So once they've stopped bothering you, once you've put them to sleep, we have these two doors here. So each door has a keyhole. We only have one key though, but that's fine. So how this works is you can use the key on either of the doors, and once you've done that room, you'll exit out, and then the second door will just automatically open. So a bit misleading, you might spend a while looking for a second key, but you don't need it, so don't worry about that. So before using the key, I'm going to pick up some Uzi Clips just from this section. I will do my best to try and climb into this section. So just behind the rubble. Again, they blend in very well. So it doesn't matter which door you choose to do first, they both need doing. I'm going to choose to do the right hand door just because that's how I did my first play. I like to stick to routines if I did something a certain way the first time round, and there's not a better order of doing things, if you get what I mean. So come on in, I'm just going to throw a flare down there just because we have a ton, why not? So I am actually pointing out that there's a hole down there, and yes, you do get so many flares, don't be afraid to use them. So we have a hole and a passage, and we also have this boulder, so this won't go anywhere, don't worry about this falling down and squashing you. Gonna just run around that for now, because we can grab a secret. So all the way in this furthest corner, be very careful, there is a hole and there are spikes at the bottom, so we need to remove the spikes if we want to grab the secret. So we do need to go down here as well anyway, this is part of the main storyline. Storyline's the bad word, bad wording, you know, quest, goal, you know, that shebang. But anyway, we're getting the secret first, so just try and locate, that was my flare going out by the way, try and locate this handhole, and that has removed the spikes. So as I've said, we're kind of coming down here regardless, but for the secret you need to remove the spikes. So the way I like to do this, I like to hit the slope backwards and then just hold action, and you'll hit the slope there, and then we can safely hit the bottom. So climbing up the ladder, part way up, we'll have this, like, this secret pocket, I like to call it. It's like a pocket. Whoops. Oh, Lara. That's fine. Health is just easy to not lose unless you're clumsy in this first level. Let's be careful. Cool. So in this secret, we have a large medpack and the Uzis and some shotgun shells. Nice. So then just continue back up the ladder to get out of the secret area. Okay, so now I'm gonna head back to the boulder. We can start doing stuff with that now. So whoopsie daisy, so we can push this boulder if I can figure out climbing. There we go. Good job, Lara. So we just need to push this. If you're struggling to push it, just keep adjusting yourself. Find the sweet spot, and don't touch the boulder while it's moving. Never touch a live boulder. So that's landed in the hole, which has opened up this door. And if you remember in Tomb Raider 4, this item is movable, if you remember that. So yes, we're going to move it and we're going to put it on this middle tile, but clearly we can't do that quite yet. So hopping across, we can find this jump switch. So just grab this. There we go, and that's raised up a column so that we can now move the block into place. So I will go ahead and put this block on its spot. So we've been shown the exit way where I opened that up with the lever, and then we had the walls, and that pit of water that I landed in, which is actually no longer a pit of water. I didn't point out there was actually a door in there, so that door has opened up and the water has come flooding out into this room. So this water is going to be cold, don't forget that. So we'll have to hop in and hop straight back out again. So why did we do this? Why do we have water? There is an underwater lever right over here in this corner. So, as I said, you want to hop in and hop straight back out again. I am going to cancel the view of what I am being shown has happened when pulling the switch here, the lever, because that actually wastes time and you'll either die or you won't have very much health left at all. So I will remove the camera angle immediately so that I can hop back out. Okay, so you may have seen a trapdoor closed up. So that's actually over where we removed the spikes for the secret. So that's all the way in this corner. So again, you do want to be careful getting down. You can just grab the edge here and let go. So, of course, it doesn't matter whether you found the secret or not. You can again pull the underwater lever to remove the trapdoor if you do want to come back for the secret. But this here allows us to hop this slope and pick up this piece of coin. So we do need another piece, and that's actually straight through the bars ahead of me just there. So we're going to work on getting that one next. So to get out, you need to hop. You need to jump up for some reason. The action button won't work, and we'll have a couple of spiders waiting to welcome us back up out of the hole. Okay, so we are done in this room. We can exit, and don't forget the next room will open straight up. And there will be a wolf to come and say hi. Sorry, bro. Okay, so come into here. On the right hand side here, there's more stuff and things to interact with. There's a movable block, there's a hole, and the passage straight ahead just leads off somewhere else. I will not do that just yet. I'm gonna equip my pistols so that I don't end up shooting the spiders with them. A bit overkill with the shotgun. Okay, continue. And just hop on over to this small medpack. And this broken column laying on the floor, it's got quite a big hitbox. It can be a bit annoying. So just, if I show you, I can't go left anymore, and it's the same on the other side, the left edge as well. So just be aware of that if you need to hop out of here pretty quick, because there's actually an enemy down here, and I'll not bother killing it because it's not doing no harm to anyone. So we've got a boar. So I'll leave it be, I'll let it run around. So down here in this little hole we have a lever, so go ahead and pull that. Not easy to hear, but we've opened up a trapdoor that's right up there, and we'll need to just use this this block to help us climb on up. Okay, so you can easily just grab the vines and then immediately hop back. And you can see behind me, this is the trapdoor that opened, allowing us to climb up to here. And here's the second piece of coin. Okay. So we're done here now, we can climb back out. So be careful of the boar, I will try and... Oh no, you see, this is why this is a bother. Yeah, I can't move left or right. Okay. It got me. Okay, so now we can hop down here, just fall down straight into the hole because we actually have this little crawl space here, and we can grab yet some more flares. You get so many flares. As I've said, do not worry about using them so often. Oh my goodness, can we stand up yet, Laura? There we go. Okay, so following this passage round, we are now on the other side of that movable block, and we are just going to push this straight down into the hole. Cool, so doing that has opened up this door over here. And with a flare lit, you can actually see these suspicious tiles. So we're going to lower those down so that we can access the room below. Just going to grab these revolver bullets first. Cool, so just jump up to here. We do have a torch on here. I will leave that there for now while I open up the access to the room below. So there's a switch here and then one on the opposite side. So they both need to be pulled for both the columns to lower. So you can either shimmy, you can see there's a shimmy gap, or just hop across like I did. Okay, those are both now open. And now I will grab the torch and take it down with me. So it doesn't matter which hole you go down to, they both meet up. There is this this fireball just here, and it's a bit dark. I can't light a flare while I've got a torch. So there is a lever here as well. We'll have a bit more dialogue. I'm going to drop my torch in front of a door.
What kind of chamber is that?
It seems for me a kind of mechanism to create heat.
And why do you think that's true?
The fireballs are connected with a trail, what can move the flame to another place. But I just can't see where the trail ends.
Then I hope there's no dynamite on the other side.
I don't believe that's it.
Okay, so I tried to point out we do have another lever. Here is the other fireball, and here is the other opening that we have looped around to. So, as I've said, I dropped the torch in front of the door. We do need to pull both levers. They are both timed. So when you're ready... I do believe this one needs to be pulled first. Run around, you see one door is opened, there is a second door, which is why both levers need to be pulled. Come on, Laura. Okay, over this breakaway tile, and here we go, light the torch. So now, of course, be careful just here. We've got a spike pit. You'll need to do a running jump over that because of the low ceiling. And then just light up both of the bowls. So it doesn't matter if you're way too close, because as they kind of hinted in the dialogue, this is a trail fire. So the bowl doesn't actually light up. You saw it follow along a trail. Okay, so now you do not need the torch anymore, and you just kind of gotta wait now for the action to happen. There we go. So this lake was completely frozen over. We've just thawed it out. Alrighty, so now we can exit. And we're heading straight to the lake, so I did not point out where that is. But if you remember, there was a passage halfway down the ladder. Well, not halfway, but you know. If we're going to be pedantic, it's not halfway, it's quite low down. Here we go, so here's the pit of water that's no longer full of water. Okay, and just climb back up to the ladder. Okay, so there's two ways to get down here. So you can either shimmy around to the right and then into the gap, or just come to the bottom, let go and grab, climb on up. And these are dart traps ahead of me, so just duck down. There you go, and we do have a spider trying to slap Lara on the booty. Shoo. Okay. So we're just carefully heading this way. I don't want to fall down. But if we do look down, that's the area where the two doorways were that I've just completed. Just gonna hop over to these flares, and we are in another familiar place. So we're actually above the rubble where I picked up some Uzi Clips, and there's actually a wolf spawned down there now, so if you fall down, there he is. Just be aware, there is an enemy now down there. But to get to the lake, just hop over here. If you do a running jump, just grab in the air to save hitting your head, and then slide on down. So I didn't point this out just because it felt a bit silly just to come down here and show you, oh, a frozen lake, and then just leave again. So you can go back. There are some flat tiles there, so you can jump back up again. But now we're here, now we've done what we need to do. Hop on in, the water is fine. So just coming over to this little cubby for some shotgun shells. And then we can climb out on the furthest side. Okay, so it looks like we've got two openings into water just here, but it is actually just one body of water, so just hop on in, doesn't matter which side you choose. That way there's a current which absolutely stops you going that way. You can't go that way, don't need to, but there is a small med pack just over here. And you can actually see that through the bars. I always like it when you can see an item and then you have to think, how do I get there? So that's kind of cool. But the reason for jumping into the water is so that we can pull this lever. There we go. So it's not showing what it's done, but it will be incredibly obvious once we climb out. So this block has now raised up. Okay, and before going any further, let me just show you that here is the receptacle for the coin pieces that we have, so we'll need to combine them together and use them here, but we can't just go ahead and climb up. There is a slope just there stopping us. So we will have to make our way all the way around the lake. Yes, indeed. If you fall down and don't end up dying, then you will have to come back and start again, I'm afraid, so keep saving if you're clumsy like I am. Okay, and there will be some more back and forth chit chat between Lara and Zip, so I'll just make my way around while they're having some banter.
Say, is that water not insanely cold?
No, it's completely warm. I guess the mechanism has thawed the lake.
But why is the mechanism connected with the lake? Did the people who lived here take a bath and lived fine?
Why not? Even the people before our ages wanted to enjoy themselves.
That's pretty genius. I'll become a little bit jealous.
I think I'll get a lake like that at my home, because I'm jealous too.
Woohoo! That will be great, girl!
I love the voice actor for Zip. He's so in the moment. I assume it's the level builder himself, but I'm not sure. Okay, so once we are here, you may want to give it another save. This is a spot that can be tricky. You do not want to grab in the air to land this jump. There we go. So as you can see, it is pretty basic jumps that we're doing. And a basic rope swing as well. So straightforward, no need to steady the rope. Don't swing and stop swinging and then start swinging it again, because you can overshoot. And I think she's gone way too high here. I think she's gonna just overshoot anyway. So I'm gonna let her slow down a bit. There we go. Now she's got her legs up on the rope. I'll try again because she just suddenly took off. Okay, that's fine. Okay, here we go. We've made it. And do be careful, because you don't want to hit that slope and fall back down again. Oh boy. So just carefully hop into the gap and combine the coin pieces. Snowy owl coin. Okay, so let's hop back down into the water. That doorway is on the opposite side and has opened up access to the next level. So we can head straight there and end this level. So this is actually where I'll end the video. I'll not quite go into the next level yet, because when we emerge into the next level, we'll be in water. So it's probably better to end it here, and then we can transition better into the next level. That's just how I feel about stuff and things. I'm rambling, I'll stop. So I'll go away now. Thank you everyone for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Take it easy.